Before you had heard that Mark could be available,
This is Mark
were you ready to wrap up the search, or were there going to be
No, as I said from the very start, I was waiting until the season was completed to really get our search going, and obviously, as you know, and I've indicated, I was doing a lot of behind-the-scenes work before we got to that point, but I wasn't going to rush into finding a hire. I wanted to find the right hire, and that's why we're here today. We have the right hire.
Mark obviously indicated UM had reached out to him over the years. I guess, did you guys always sort of have him at the top of the list? I mean, in terms of hope?
I can't speak on the past, Manny. What I would say, and Mark touched on, is he was someone that I was very interested in. And again, I don't know if it was the day after we made the change with Al. It was a few days. It was sometime right after we made the change that I reached out to his agent and wanted to see if there would be interest. As Mark indicated in his press conference, there wasn't any interest coming back my way. But I'm persistent, I guess I'll say. And when the news came last Sunday, it was one of the first phone calls I made, and got us to where we are here today with Mark Richt as our head coach. I couldn't be happier.
You guys obviously had done a few interviews before that, and we're starting.
Yeah, I'm not going to discuss the process. We have Mark Richt, our head coach, and I'm excited to have him in place.
You reach out to his agent then on Sunday again, or
yes.
to him again, and to just revisit the topic and see?
I said, hey, I called you before to see if Mark was interested and understand his commitment was to Georgia. At the same time, now that he's available, I want to just plant that seed back out there that I'd be very interested in talking to him, and obviously that worked out.
Obviously, he's a very proven, winner. Was that something you were looking for, I guess, in the process? Somebody who had a history of winning at another school?
Yeah, as I said in my comments before, we met as a group and really talked about what are the qualities we're looking for. And the first quality that we came up with as a group was a bright, ethical, proven leader. And I think when you think of Mark Richt, you can put checks by all those adjectives, because that's what he is. And so Mark is someone that met my number one criteria and was someone that, as I talked with our committee as to who we were looking for, was the perfect candidate.
I guess it's the excitement level when he became available and he said, all right, I'll come listen. What was that like for you guys as a committee?
I was excited. Obviously, you recognize at that point now you got to really sell.
Right.
If there's anyone, I shouldn't say there's anyone.
Great job, boss.
It's one thing to get people to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's another situation to be able to sell them. And again, it didn't take a lot of selling. Mark played here. Mark knew this community. Mark knew why he wanted to be here. So I think it was a perfect fit for him. And I guess I'll say I'll take a little credit for getting him here. It was the right opportunity for Mark, and that's why he's here today, and the right person for us.
Seems like it was a pretty quick sell too. I can say. Seems like you bought it.
As you guys know in this business, I think I probably didn't move as fast as a lot of our fan base wanted to. But as I said, we wanted to get the right person, and so when you have the right person, you have to move quickly because Mark Richt wasn't going to stay on the shelf long. There's too many great jobs out there, and he's a great coach. And so if it was a situation where we weren't moving quick, understanding maybe Mark was thinking he would take some time off, but this was the right opportunity for him and the right person for us, and I wasn't going to let that sit any longer than I had to.
Did you meet with him in Atlanta?
I'm not going to discuss the search. I'll say we met.
What's changed in the university where you guys can now, or are now offering $4 million reportedly, as opposed to, when Randy was making, he said, a lot, significantly less. What's happened, without using exact numbers, what's happened that you guys are offering?
Again, I'm not going to get into what Mark's salary is. Mark's salary is very fair based on the investment and expectations we have of our program and the market that we compete in. And if you want to compete to be the very best, then you have to go get the very best. And we went and got the very best, and we're competitive in the market. And that's the approach that we wanted to take. We felt as an institution, that starts with President Frank to our board, the directive that was given to me was, we want to be competitive in our market. We want to be the very best. Let's go out and find the very best. And that's the person that we're going to put in place as our head coach, and that's why we're here today.
like I guess that carries over to the assistants, the coordinators, everything else. I mean, it seems like you guys are really putting an effort to bring in the
I'll
best.
say we're committed to doing the things we need to do to have our football program be successful and have Mark be successful. And so, part of the process is understanding from him what he needs to be successful, and that doesn't stop after today. That's something that's going to be ongoing. But we wanted him to come into this situation here at the University of Miami with the understanding that we're committed to him being successful, and he and I had the conversation. I know that list is going to constantly change of what we need, and we'll continue to put things on that list. And I think, as you all know that cover the program as much as you do, I'm a believer in scratching off whatever we can off that list and keep adding things, and we'll keep working on putting all of our programs in the position to be successful.
When did he say, I'm coming? They said they told you.
Long after you guys said he was coming, so I was surprised. Mark and I spoke on Wednesday night, and we think, yes, Wednesday night we spoke, and he told me that he wanted to come home and be a part of the Hurricane family and lead our young men in our football program, and I couldn't have been happier.
Was that by phone at that point? Or was
Yeah,
it
Mark and I spoke by phone.
What went through your mind when he had the press conference in Georgia and said he was open to coaching for other places? Is that immediately a thunderbolt in your eyes, like saying, hey, we need to look at this guy?
Well, again, as Mark touched on, I called when we made the change and reached out right away to see if there was interest. He obviously indicated that he was committed to Georgia, which I totally respected. When that change came on Sunday, yeah, I picked up my phone and made the call right away, because it's something, as I said to these guys earlier, when you're the established coach and the great person and great leader that Mark Richt is, he's not sitting on the shelf. Everyone in the country recognizes what his track record is, and that's not only on the field in terms of wins and losses, but in developing young men into leaders in the community and how he runs a program, and that's what we wanted here at the University of Miami, and why I'm thrilled we are where we are here today.
When was the moment where you thought this might be our guy, this could be happening? When did you think there was really a chance of him being the next coach of Miami?
Well, I'm an optimist, so I thought when I made that first call back in October, realistically, I probably became more of became more confident after he and I met and talked about what we were looking for and what his vision was, and the conversation. We had a lengthy conversation. He and I spoke for quite a while about what he was going to need to be successful, and what we were looking for. And I would say after I came out of that, after my conversation with him, I felt that there was a good chance, and then from there things progressed quickly, and why we're here today.
Any